and welcome to the Pop Culture Club. My name is Megan Novi, Pop Culture Club for anyone who likes pop culture. I'm your host, Megan Novi. So excited to get into today's stories and all the highlights in pop culture. Took a few days off, but I'm back. I'm ready to talk. How was your guys' weekend? I'm going to adjust a little bit. Okay. Here we go. I don't want this in the shot. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. So much happening this weekend. So much going on. A lot of movies coming out this weekend. Does anyone go to the movies anymore? Has anyone seen a movie recently? It doesn't seem like it because the box office is really low, especially for the most recent Disney movie, Snow White. Is it even called? Is it straight Snow White? I should have looked that up. Is it Snow White or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Um, let's see what it's called. Either way, it did not do great in the box office this weekend. It is the lowest Disney release, even lower than Dumbo. It got lower than Dumbo. A Disney princess got lower than Dumbo. That's crazy. But it did not have good press going in. I'm going to go into that in a little bit, but I do want to talk first about box office numbers, what's in the theaters, like what are people excited to go see in the theaters? Because it used to be Marvel movies, but even the Captain America New World, I mean, I think it's dropped to third or fourth in the box office. But it's just I haven't heard of anyone going to a movie recently and, like, giving me besides my sister, she works at a theater and she sees every movie, her and her boyfriend. But other than that, like, I heard that the Mickey 17 last week did not have a good release. It did not do what it was expecting or make a return on in profits for the first weekend like it probably wanted to. Um, maybe make I don't even know because it'd be like, "Oh, make movies for, like, more girls like Barbie," but Snow White was supposed to be for, like, little girls, and from what I've heard, like I said, I haven't seen it. I'll wait till it comes on Disney Plus before I give my review, but from what I've heard, I've been in the comments, I live in the comment section of Instagram, of Reddit, and I have seen people say that, they've taken their kids, they had a good time, it was an enjoyable experience, it wasn't bad, but it's just not, like, that Disney level where everyone comes out and loves it. Um, so yeah, I was pulling this up and I got distracted because I should have had it pulled up before I started, but just bear with me. This is live. Oh my gosh, Forbes article. Yes, Snow White is bombing at the box office. Oh my gosh. A lot of these movies like to or these articles like the hyperbole of it's bombing, it's not doing, this is horrible, this is a disaster. And you never know if it's true. A lot of times people are exaggerating. I think this time it's true. Um, yeah, so it's just called Snow White is what it's showing. Um, and weekend box office. Okay. So it was Snow White, Black Bag, Captain America: Brave New World was number 3, Novocaine, number 4. It dropped from number 1. Novocaine is the one I was talking about a few weeks ago with, Dennis Quaid, and Meg Ryan's son. He was doing the advertisements for it. Yeah, that was the number 1 movie last week. It dropped to number 4. And, Mickey 17, like I said, it started number 3, went to number 5. That is not good. Um, okay, another one that I wanna talk about is, um, the Alto Nights. Uh, That is a mob movie. Robert De Niro plays 2 roles in it, uh, but it's by Nicholas Peggy, and he wrote, like, The Goodfellas and, a lot of other, mob books and movies. He contributed to them. But yeah, this is a Robert De Niro movie, and it's it's I think he's just past his I think it's like, why do we keep making the same movie over and over again? I thought they learned with The Irishman, that was the Netflix one, way too long. No one watched it. Like, it didn't get the awards. I guess Robert De Niro is just let him do what he wants to do. He can do Dirty Grandpa. He can do Alto Nights. But I saw him talking to Andy Cohen, and he was talking about because he just had a baby, or not just, maybe like 2 years or a year ago. She's old enough to watch TV because he was talking to Andy Cohen about what he watches with his kid, and it was, Miss Rachel, Blippi, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, me and Robert De Niro are watching the same shows. That's crazy. Me and Lady Gaga listen to the same music. Me and Robert De Niro watch the same shows. Oh my gosh, I'm, like, so cultured. Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy, I love it. I just thought that was cute. He that he is so involved, you would think that if he's having kids this old, maybe he's not gonna be that involved, but I love that he's sitting watching the shows with the kids. He knows what's up with the kids right now, and I thought that was so cute. But back to the box office. Yeah, that Alto Nights. If anyone sees it, let me know. Let me know if it's good, and let me know why Robert De Niro is playing 2 roles. Like, is it twins? Is it a Parent Trap situation with Lindsay Lohan? Why is he playing 2 roles? Someone look it up and tell me, or if you've seen it, let me know too. Okay, let's get back to Snow White and, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's based off the 1930s movie Snow White. It made its resurgence. All the Disney movies are now going into live action. All the millennials, their movies that they watch in the 90s as cartoons are all coming back, and they're taking their kids to see the live action. Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Dumbo. I heard a Hercules one is coming out. I'm really, really waiting for that one, and I hope that all the rumors that I see about casting is not fake because I really, really want a live action Hercules. We had a live action Mulan. Wow, we've really had a lot. But Snow White is the newest one, and it had some drama even from the initial casting. Oh, and Lilo and Stitch, that one has some casting drama, but that live action is coming out in May. So, another live action. I Do we know, have we seen the live action Stitch? I think maybe for the Super Bowl that was previewed. Okay, back to Snow White. So, it started with the casting drama. They, casted Rachel Zegler, and she was doing some interviews. She made some comments about Snow White that maybe if you're cast as a Disney princess, you wouldn't make those comments. First, she made comments about how this movie was so old fashioned and that she's only seen it like once and then turned it off and never watched it again because it creeped her out and she did not want to watch it. And like, I don't know if people want creepy using the word to describe the Disney princess movie, and so that caused issues. The Disney fans, they're rabid. They hear you criticize and they come for you. Sorry, Disney fans, it's true. Um, so she makes that comment. Then she does another red carpet interview talking about Snow White and saying how, like, the movie is really old-fashioned. It was made in the 30s, and this is me just paraphrasing her quote. This movie was made in the 30s. Why, you know, this plot is no longer, you know, we're gonna modernize it. We're gonna modernize this movie, and like it's kind of weird that like there's a prince, and like we're gonna do it better. We're gonna change it, guys. We're gonna do it better. Also, people that are gonna go see the live action movie actually really like Snow White. I don't. I mean, I agree with her comments, but I don't know if the person who's cast for Snow White is the one to be bringing that to people's attention. Um, so that just kind of set people off on the right foot, off on the wrong foot. Also, she's a Latina Snow White, and that makes people mad, not me. I love it. That is not, I thought that was a cool aspect. But people choose to add that on top of it, and I do not agree with that. I want to say that, but that is also a part of it because racism. Um, so then the movie's getting made. There's drama with the dwarfs. Peter Dinklage says no dwarfs. Some of the people in the little people community are saying yes, like we want the roles. So there was a little bit of drama with that. I think both sides have valid opinions, and I don't really have a say. It's not my place to decide. So there's drama with that. Then let's see. Boom boom. The movie comes out. Oh, the other thing is, and I'm just gonna lightly touch on it because they both have differing views in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Enough said. And they've posted about it. Enough said. So, Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler. Those are the two that have the opposing views. And Gal Gadot plays the queen, and Rachel Zegler plays Snow White. So it's a little, it's not ideal. There's that drama. People think that they did not like each other on set. People think that they did not get along, and there was all this turmoil. And honestly, I think that the internet was trying to create this narrative like the Don't Worry, Darling press tour, or the most recent one that we had, the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively movie. It Ends With Us press tour. I think they're trying to the internet is trying to create this narrative that there was this tension and there was going to be turmoil on the red carpet, and we were going to get some drama. We were going to get Harry Styles spitting on Chris Pine. We were going to get Justin Baldoni trapped in the basement, something like that. But we didn't. Disney was like, no, we're not going to risk that. They pulled back on the premiere. They lightened it a little bit, and they just did, some playful photo ops, and boom, straight into the premiere. Nothing crazy. No chance for Rachel Zegler to put her foot in her mouth, and no chance for anything that they say to be clipped and taken into an article, because unlike other studios, Disney does not want their movie wrapped up in drama heading into the into the premiere. That is not their MO, and I don't think that's really what they want. So, they lighten the premiere. It opened this weekend. Another weird thing is Rachel Zegler was at the Oscars, and her and Gal Gadot presented, and the way she walked, people were roasting her for it. I'm not gonna lie, it was awkward, but I don't think we need to hate on her for the way she walked. Yeah, it was just weird. I don't think that. I just saw people will cling on to anything they see, and I see it all the time, and it's an uproar over the way she walks to the Oscars. Yeah, it was weird, but it wasn't anything to be upset over. Whatever. So yeah, the movie comes out. It's a disaster. I don't know. I've heard it's not all bad, but just I think there was so much drama going into it. People didn't know if it was going to be good or bad, and they didn't want to waste their money. No one wants to waste their money on a bad movie, especially when they know that they can wait a few months and it's going to come to Disney Plus. So yeah, who knows? We'll see how the Lilo and Stitch premiere does. Snow White wanted to get their goal. They had a low goal, 45 million in the first weekend, and they hit 43. So they didn't hit their goal, and yeah, lower than Dumbo. We'll see how the Lilo and Stitch one does, live action Lilo and Stitch. There's already casting drama with that because they didn't cast a Native Pacific Islander, and yeah, so people aren't happy about that. It's why not, Disney? This is what they get in trouble for all the time. Why not just I don't know. We'll get into that later. Let's go over a few, random rumors that we're seeing online. I will dispel the clickbait bait and let you know what is worth looking into and what's not. First off, Jennifer Aniston was seen with Pedro Pascal. People are saying that they were at a restaurant for 2 hours, talking, hanging out. Could this be a new thing? Could this be a new relationship with Jennifer Aniston and Pedro Pascal? I don't think so. Pedro Pascal is a theater guy. He has been acting his whole life. He is not like some like he's not like a ladies' man, I don't think. That's not the vibe I get from him on these press tours. He gets kind of nervous on them, and he really likes to have people close to him so that he can hold on to, and he lets them know when he has an anxiety that he's talked about. And he just seems like this really sensitive guy. He's really good friends with the girl from American Horror Story that's in all the Ryan Murphy movies. And they've acted for like a really long time together. And she's just said he's always been like this theater guy. And so I think that like Jennifer Aniston and him probably are just like really good friends. They both act, they both hang out, they both have a lot to talk about. And honestly, I feel like they would be really good friends based on the friends that Pedro Pascal has that are girls. He has a new movie coming out with Dakota Johnson and with Chris Evans. And I'm really excited to see that. It's supposed to be, I think, like a chick flick. I can't tell from the trailer. I couldn't tell if it was like a suspenseful or rom-com, but either way, I'm down to go see it just from that cast because that's pretty awesome. But yeah, Jennifer Aniston and Pedro Pascal, I don't think that's happening. Just like, have you heard the rumors that she's with Obama? I am seeing that everywhere in the comments, like just random things. I haven't really seen it reported. It's just rumblings, maybe TikTok, but it's crazy. I don't think that's a thing either. People are wild. Another relationship blooming maybe. Hold on. I know you're on the edge of your seat. Mariah Carey and Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak did that album with Bruno Mars, Silk Sonic. And he Leave the Door Open, that song with Bruno Mars. But him and Mariah Carey have been seen since like October together. The most recent article was in People saying that they were spotted in LA after the iHeart Musical Awards. They were holding hands and making plans, hanging out. But also the article says that they were seen together back in December, and then they were also seen together back in October. So is this a relationship blooming? I think we should look out for that one because, I just want to see Mariah happy. I've been seeing on TikTok people posting her performances and how she's just like standing on stage, and it's like, just let her sing, just let her be. You should be lucky to be in her presence, people. Just let her sing. Just let her sing. Teresa Giudice and husband Louis are getting into trouble. I can't believe it, but I can believe it because if anyone knows, Teresa Giudice is from Real Housewives of New Jersey. She is the one that is like flips the table. You've seen it. You've seen the meme. She calls him a prostitution whore and she flips the table. So she was on Real Housewives of New Jersey. She still is, maybe. There's casting stuff going on. That's why I say maybe. She was with Joe Giudice, Giudice, whatever. And he got into some tax trouble. He wasn't paying his taxes. He was doing some shady business. And Teresa signed on the dotted line for him and went to jail for a few months. They both went to jail, not just her. So he went to jail. She went to jail. And that was really the reason for the divorce of her first marriage, because she was so mad at him for doing that. She defended him the whole time, but when she got out of jail, both of her parents passed away, and she was so mad that she lost that time with her parents. She never forgave Joe, and that was like, her going to jail was obviously the start of their divorce, but Joe just was not a good guy, and she should not have been with him. Like, she was lucky to get away. He got deported. He lives in the Bahamas now, and Teresa lived happily ever after. She moved on to Louis. She found this guy who really loved her a lot, and she lived happily ever after. Not This guy was not good. She got with Louis. Louis is like same shit, different day, same husband, different year. He's shady. She got really close with her brother, and he destroyed that relationship. I am not Team Melissa, Team Teresa. I lean more towards Melissa because I can't stand Teresa. But I feel like everyone has had everyone has something to apologize for in this situation. Anyways, it's coming out now sorry, this is the main story. I just need to give some backstory. It's coming out now that Joe and Teresa owe over $3 million in back taxes, which is bad. And like, Teresa, how did you get yourself in this mess again? Also, roll back, before they got married, they went on Watch What Happens Live and told Andy Cohen that they were not getting a prenup, and they bragged about it. We're not getting a prenup. We're not getting a prenup. Not Joe. Louis has all this money. You know what? We're good. We're good. Louis doesn't have money. He's a grifter. He's a love bomber, Teresa. She didn't see it. Her cast tried to warn her. Her brother tried to warn her. Everyone tried to like tell her, maybe look into this guy. Maybe Andy Cohen said get a prenup. I don't think she did. So she decided to, instead of paying for a prenup lawyer, to pay for glam, to have a giant hair. If you know, you know. If you've seen the pictures, you know. It's crazy. Other housewife news, Bethany is out and about trying to say she might do a podcast, talking trash on the New York housewives, saying that she was the reason that they were good and that they begged her to come back and blah, 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 blah. Bethany being Bethany. I have been seeing some Traitors casting buzz. Has anyone seen any casting rumors? If there's anyone that you want to see on the Traitors, drop a suggestion in the comment. I'm interested to see who you guys think would be a good cast for the Traitors. And let me know if you think that they should be I'm going to readjust for a second. If they should be Traitors or Faithfuls, okay? Okay, so the first one that I saw is Tiffany New York Pollard. That's the first rumor, and I think that would be a good choice. I think she would be so good. I loved sorry, I got a message. Shoot, what was that show? I sang I loved it. I can't even remember. I swear I watched it. I have friends that can vouch for it. With Flava Flav. Anyway, it wasn't Rock of Love. Flavor of Love. Duh. Okay. So she was on that. That was her original claim to fame. And most recently, she was on that Villains show on E! So I could see her definitely being cast in Traitors. That would be a natural next step for her. And I think that would cause her to have a huge resurgence, like Phaedra style, because some of the stuff that she says is so out of pocket. It's so crazy, but it's so funny. Like, it's true. It's true. Let's see. Other Traitors. Okay, these are the rumored housewives that I saw. This is from Bravo Breaking News and Instagram I follow. This is just all gossip, so take it with a grain of salt, I think is the phrase. Okay. Nene Leakes. Yes. She's from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she was on The Apprentice. I think that she would be so good on this. She's great one-liners, great in confessionals. Eva, also from Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she was also on America's Next Top Model. She won, I believe, her season. I think she would be like a Dolores kind of, just there. I don't know what she would do. The next one is Margaret. What's her name? Margaret Josephs, from Real Housewives in New Jersey, another Jersey girl. She's on there with Teresa. She is a Teresa enemy. Yeah, she's on Teresa's shit list. Anyway, so Margaret Josephs, she's loud. Not a lot of people like. She's very polarizing in the Housewives community. So it would be, people love her or people hate her. Mary Cosby, that would be kind of crazy. I think she would be one of those players that has no idea what's going on in the game and is just getting scooted along. And then someone says something wrong to her and she's going to go off on them. And then another person that is being rumored is Dorinda Medley to come back. And I could see that because they did that with Kate Chastain. She left really early. She said, I really wanted to play, and they brought her back. And Dorinda had said when she left, she really wanted to play. She read that war book, War and Peace? No, The Art of War. The Art of War. She read that book to try to prepare and get herself in the head of a traitor. So that would be kind of crazy. Some other ones I saw are Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset. Yes, sign her up. Nick Viall from The Bachelor. He has to be on it. He literally talks on his podcast about it every single week. Every single person that comes on the show, would you ever go on the Traitors? And he only asked them so that they would ask him, and then he could go, well, I've been asked. So he goes, would you ever go on the Traitors? And then the person goes, no, I don't think I could ever go on that. Could you go on it? And Nick will go, yeah, I really want to go on it. I mean, I've been asked to do it, but it just wasn't the right time. And then they go, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then basically it's like, hey, I'm ready to do it now. Traitors producers, let me be on it. So he's dropped a lot of hints. If he's not on the season, I will be very surprised. Let's see, Frankie Grande, former Big Brother player, Ariana Grande's brother. That would be, he would be great. Jujubee from RuPaul's Drag Race. Hannah Brown from The Bachelorette and Dancing with the Stars. Let's see. And Emmett Smith, a Dancing with the Star alum and from the NFL Hall of Fame. So those are some rumors that I'm seeing. I would like to throw my suggestion in for Craig Conover. I think that would be great. And I think it would be even better if it was like, at first I was thinking Paige and Craig going in together, like exes, but this isn't the challenge. I think this is Bravo. This is Peacock. We need some drama. And I don't think that Paige and Craig would give the drama. I think they'd be too afraid to. But do you know who would? Hannah Berner. Yeah. I think that it needs to be Craig and Hannah in the house because they're from definitely two different shows. But I think and it would bring Hannah back. She's trying to make a resurgence as well. And so I think that Hannah, Craig, think about it. Come on, Peacock. I call it Bravo. Come on, Peacock. Okay. All right. What else did I? Oh yeah, sad news. Garcelle is leaving the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She announced. It looks like she walked out on the reunion. Her outfit was amazing. She was the best dressed at the reunion. The reunion looks came out. Snoozeville. I was going to call it Hagsville, but that's mean. I was going to quote Clueless, but I didn't want to call them Hags. Snoozeville, bad, not good. But Garcelle, oh my gosh, she went out on a high with her reunion look. It was like, it reminded me of the Kim Kardashian Playboy shoot where Kris Jenner is like, you're doing amazing, sweetie, because she's all like draped in pearls. That's what like this dress gave me vibes. It's like Kim Playboy coded. So Garcelle's out. She posted a video on Instagram, saying she had a good time, blah, 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 all that stuff. The classic housewives exit lines. She says, so they also dropped the reunion trailer, and that looks kinda crazy. Hopefully, you know, Andy pushes back on Kyle a little bit. I saw that in the trailer where he was like, "Kyle, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't show Morgan Wade's video and then, like, not wanna talk about it." So and then Kyle just did her thing with her mouth. So hopefully we get an answer to that. And Garcelle walks out of the reunion. It looks like no one is going to call Kyle on her shit, and Garcelle's out. And it seems like so far in these past few years or this past year or so, everyone has been like, Kyle needs to do this. And is talking about Kyle to her. And when she finally brings it up, they all go silent. That's been the pattern on the show. And I think that she's finally like kind of hit her limit. She's done, because every time she brings it up, people go, well, Garcelle, what about you? What's going on in your life? And that's been the fire back at her. I mean, she's shown her son go through like drug problems and get better. She's showing her twins. She's basically a Yolanda Hadid. She has twins and one of them is getting into the modeling agency. We need to see that. We need to see her be the momager. Like that needs to be her new plot line, but we won't get that. We will not get the Yolanda Hadid Garcelle kids modeling plot line that we all deserve. Goodbye, Garcelle. Well, Erica and Dorit were on Watch What Happens Live. I saw a clip. I didn't get to finish Beverly Hills. I only got through the first part because I had to hop on. That's the reason I was late, is because I watched 20 minutes of it this morning. But they were on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy asks about them. Oh, no, it was Erica and Bose, sorry, asks about her leaving, and they just stay silent. They don't answer, and it was like super awkward. You could tell there's some tension because she left. And Erica was like, well, we knew 2 weeks ago that she wasn't on the show anymore. Because that's when they filmed the reunion. And Annie goes, well, how did you know 2 weeks ago? I only knew a week ago. And she's like, well, she left. She didn't take the cast picture. That means she's out. And in Bravo lore, what we all believe is if you leave the reunion, if you don't do the thing, if you don't take the cast picture, if you leave in the reunion or if you don't participate in the reunion, you're not coming back. You're done. You're off the show. That means you quit. And so Andy is basically saying, no, that's not the case. Like, me and Garcelle talked about it a week later, and we discussed that her coming back was not the best. And I think that means that if a week later Garcelle wanted to come back, Andy would have been open to it. So there, Erica. Because he also made the point of, well, Kyle didn't take the cast picture last year and she got to come back. And then Erica goes, well, that's Kyle. That's Kyle. Kyle gets to do whatever she wants. Let's get into Kyle. Let's get into Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, guys. Let's do it. I only did the first part, so I'm going to kind of end on a cliffhanger because I ended on a cliffhanger. They come back. We come back and they're on their vacation. They're doing their pre-dinner glam because they're about to go out to dinner. Bose has this beautiful celebration on the beach set up with vendors and dinner and music, and it looks so fun. And all she wants for them is to have fun. Like, she just wants them to have a good time. Because they keep like arguing. They keep bringing things up. And she just goes, we want to have fun. Why can't we just have fun? And it like reminds me of that Modern Family episode where they're trying to take the cast picture and they just keep arguing and they can't or the family picture, and they can't get it done because they finally stand in line and take the picture. And then Cam and Mitch get into a fight that's been bubbling, and they can't hold it in. And that's what I feel like this is. It's like every time they get together and start to have fun, well, now I need to talk about this. They can't hold it in anymore. And that's basically what's going on in this episode, is like all these girls have these tensions that are bubbling up and they wait until everyone's having fun to bring it up. And it's kind of frustrating. I feel for Bose. I definitely do. But they're doing the pre-dinner glam. And on the Bravo podcast that I listen to, everyone's commenting on how all of them have brought their assistants on this trip. And like, why do we need all these assistants? And I kind of agree, because instead of the girls talking to each other while they're getting ready, they're talking to their glam and they're gossiping to their glam. And it's like, No, we wanna see them putting their makeup on together, put them in a room, they need to be they're so, like, all spread out that they only feel comfortable really talking to their glam. So, either get them in a, like, instant confessional where they're doing their makeup, doing a confessional about the day, if they're just gonna talk to their glam, make the glam the producer, or, get them all in rooms together. I saw that I think Sutton and Tilly were in a room together, but, like, come on. That's my complaint. Um, while they're doing that, the pre-dinner glam, they show, the girls being like, "Sutton always does this. She always attacks." Q2, all these clips of Sutton versus the girls, or, the girls yeah, Sutton versus the girls attacking them. And then Sutton's like, "Well, I'm always the one being attacked." Q2, Sutton being ganged up on. I think it does go both ways. Sutton is very sensitive, so, like, what they see is, like, just talking, she sees as a confrontation. I you know, honestly, I started to feel, bad for Sutton, but then later in Glam, she snaps at her glam in a later scene and is like, she's trying to put a clip on, and it must hurt, and she, like, glares at them and is like, "I've been beaten up enough today," and, like, gives them, like, a ugh. I would not like if someone talked to me that way, and, like, right when I start to feel bad for you, Sutton, you go and do that, you know? No. Um, yeah, Jennifer Tilly is just so out of her element here. I love her so much, but not she's not comfortable. She goes in to tell the girls, "Well, it feels like you guys kind of planned this on Sutton." And I could see where she thinks that because they're using the same lingo and they didn't necessarily plan it, but they show later that Erica has mentioned this multiple times. So if Erica has said it to Bose multiple times, she said it to the other girls multiple times. So it's not hard to put together that Dorit has heard Erica say it so many times that she's going to start saying it too. And so, yeah, they didn't conspire or plan or put together like an agenda, but they have been talking about it. So I can see where Jennifer Tilly is coming from. Erica is pissed at Tilly. Like that's where I left off on the episode is where Erica was like, Tilly, Jennifer Tilly is saying this, and I do not like that. Ugh. I don't, we can't. I also think Erica's jealous of all the stuff that Jennifer Tilly has, so she was waiting for something to get at Tilly so that she could have a reason to be mad at her, other than her having everything that she wants. Um, one last thing I want to say about Jennifer Tilly, obviously, is she's talking to Kyle and Garcelle's telling Kyle like, Kyle, Sutton really values your opinion. And for some reason, if me and Tilly tell her something, she doesn't believe it until you tell her. And it would mean a lot for you to have her back. And Kyle's like, why me? And she's just like, she doesn't understand that, like, people, I don't know. She's just, I don't know, a little bitchy, to be honest. But she clearly doesn't want to be Sutton's friend the way Sutton wants to be her friend. She just wants to be a casual friend, and she's getting annoyed that Sutton wants more out of their friendship is what I'm feeling. So they're talking, and then they get onto the topic of divorce and how that's going, and Kyle's like, "I'm not ready to get out there," because she's already out there with Morgan Wayne, but "I'm not ready to get out there," and they're like, "Well, you should at least get a lawyer. At least get a lawyer so you can see what you got, see what's going on." And Kyle's like, "Okay, maybe." And Jennifer Tilly goes on to tell her the story. She says, "When me and my late ex-husband got divorced, he had $700,000 we had $700,000 in our bank account. And he said, 'Let's just split it. You could have $350,000. And her friend told her, just go talk to a lawyer. Just go talk to a divorce lawyer." And Kyle, really snarky, is like, "And what? Did you get more than $350,000? And Tilly comes back and goes, "I got Simpsons money." Oh my gosh, I got the chills right now just saying it. Like, oh my gosh, such a serve. Like, I got Simpsons money, and she does have Simpsons money, and that is like crazy. She's just living the life, and oh my gosh, and then she says, "I have Simpsons. The Simpsons money, pays for my life. My Chucky money pays for my snacks." Obsessed, obsessed. I love it. We're gonna end on a high note with Jennifer Tilly living her best life. I hope you guys live your best life too. Have a great day. We're halfway through the week. We can make it. I will be back tomorrow with a summer house recap, and we'll have more celebrity drama for you. You guys have a good day. Bye.